Hi, welcome to Divinely Guided Tarot. This is a love reading for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine to see where you guys are at in your journey. Welcome to Divinely Guided Tarot. Let's see, before I start, I just had I had a meditation going on, and I just asked Spirit, like, what are the messages that you need to hear as far as where you're at in your journey? And so the first one that came out immediately after I meditated was this door. And what it says is destiny. It says, one door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. So it's almost like you might feel that you're not in the right place, or it's almost like giving into spirit. Okay, that's what I feel like. It's giving into spirit and just really going in that direction that spirit wants you to go through. And don't fear it. I feel like this is telling you, don't fear it, whatever direction you're being pulled, and being authentic, I do feel. And then the next door is this one, and it's called Divine Guardian. It's called it says, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. So you see, I feel that for some of you, whether you're divine masculine or divine feminine, you need to let go of stuff. And sometimes when you have to let go of stuff, you create fear amongst yourself. But Spirit is telling you your destiny is already written in heaven. It's already written in the stars. So it's almost like where you're getting these nudges to do something a little bit different, or let go of something and not hold on too tightly to your divine masculine or your divine feminine. You're in the right place is pretty much what they're telling you. It's divine guidance, definitely. And then the third door that popped out for you is Anthony's call. It says, in thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things are lost so it can be found. So you see, there's things that you think are completely lost, but they're not quite lost. It's almost like you're being driven back into it. And sometimes you have to let go a little bit. And I know that's very hard for twins to do that. What I mean by let go, it's like surrender to God and let God take over your journey, because you're holding on tightly, I feel. But it's at this point where if this message resonates with you, you're on the right path. You're where you're supposed to be, and you are going to be guided to me for a reason, to give you this message, to let go a little bit and not have fear of you letting go of your divine masculine or your divine feminine, fearing that they will not come back to you. They will come back to you if this is your twin. Okay, so those are beautiful messages. I just wanted to share those with you. Yeah, let's see. So let's see what's going on with divine masculine. Divine masculine will be on this side, divine feminine on this side. What is it? What is the message for divine masculine, please, at this time? What is it that they're struggling with? What is the message, Spirit, for divine masculine, please? Divine masculine, what is the message? Okay, so the aura of Gamma. So definitely learning how to love themselves. Definitely having a change of spirituality. And then a Dorbre. So loving themselves. I feel like this is a change for them. And I'm going to butcher up these names, guys, but I will give you the right messages of what they mean. This is definitely a sense of loving oneself, coming back to life, maybe allowing spirit to come in, definitely adoring themselves, okay? And that's where they need to be, because I feel like in the past they might have been in a place where they haven't loved themselves, okay? What is the message for divine feminine? What's the message for divine feminine at this time, please? And they can switch. You could be more masculine, they could be more feminine. You gotta pick. What is the message for divine feminine? Divine feminine. What is divine feminine? Okay. Ishtar's lion, the lion gate. Okay, so new things are coming in for you. This is definitely a sense of raising your vibration. It's definitely getting in tune with spirituality. You're being guided by the goddess Ishtar. Definitely a sense of opening up your chakras, your intuition, healing, definitely healing powers. And it's definitely telling you, if you've been in a very difficult place at this time, things are changing for you, allowing new things to come in for you. and definitely be at peace with it. I definitely do feel with the Deer of Delta, this is where you're at peace, having family and serenity surrounding you, okay? Which is a totally different mindset, I do feel. I feel like you're being tuned in to spirit, perhaps finding your feminine power and really growing with it, okay? Very beautiful. For Divine Masculine, this card is saying, it's okay to let go of the past. It's okay to change directions. And, sometimes things don't always come out the way you planned, or you might have outgrown a situation. Maybe something that was good for you 10, 20 years before now was appropriate for your lifestyle, but now things are changing. This is a card of really feeling spirit and waking up to spirit, but yet also having the fear and not letting spirit in. Almost like denying spirit is what I feel here. But it's definitely a sense where you can't run from spirit. Eventually, it'll keep knocking on your door, and you have to let go of the old paradigms that you're holding on to. So the message to Divine Masculine is very much to allow change and really allow some kind of love for themselves. This is definitely where Spirit is trying to tell them you're protected. You can change things about yourself. There's definitely a sense of intelligence that needs to evolve in you. This is definitely a card about healing and learning what this journey is, and having trust and pretty much a positive outlook on things. Really loving oneself. It is a 3. It's about spirituality and definitely a sense of just feeling in tune with spirit, where Divine Masculine might try to block that, because of a misunderstanding, not knowing what it is, and really because holding on to that old paradigm of how their past was before this journey entered their life. Okay, that's pretty much what I feel here. But I do feel like there's a sense of peace that Divine Feminine is sending Divine Masculine. And at this time, you might be at this place, Divine Femme, where you feel like nothing's changing and you fear that nothing's going on in your direction. But this card is telling you things are going to change rapidly. And it's by you surrendering to the journey. And what do I mean by that? I mean, stop being the chaser. Don't be the chaser, because the more you chase Divine Masculine, the more they run. Really, just with the Deer of Delta, be at peace with where you are. Allow your love and your joy and peace to shine, leading you through feminine energy, that divine feminine energy of having this knowledge and knowing that everything is going to be okay, having strength and courage. You're really being guided by the goddess, like the goddess divine energy. It's definitely a sense of healing you, but it's not until you stop chasing that you will allow your masculine to catch up to what spirit is downloading in them. Okay. And I mean, this message just might go over your head if you're not on this level, this soul level of change, learning and progressing in this journey. It might just go over your head, and that's okay to click off, but it's definitely telling you, this message is about surrendering to spirit and letting God take over your divine masculine, in order for them to come back, and they're not going to be able to come back until you stop chasing, is what the message is, I feel. But let's see what these mean. Okay. I would like to know for divine masculine, please. Card 27, Aurora of Gamma. So this is the 8 of Cups. You see, it's definitely that energy of they're trying to walk away from spirit, whatever they've been enlightened with, whatever they have seen, it's almost like they turn their back to it and walk away from it, when spirit is really trying to tell them, walk away from all the old paradigms, all the things that you have been brought up in as far as social standings and the way of social thinking. Let go of it. It's okay to change. It's okay to learn and move forward. So this is where your divine masculine is stuck. But it's very much a card of, learning to love oneself and creating balance and loving oneself to perhaps maybe allow this journey to start for them in a spiritual way. Divine masculine and divine feminine, twin flame connections, they're not ordinary love. They're spiritual unions. And this is why I say, like, if this doesn't make sense to you, then you're in more of a materialistic kind of based kind of relationship that you're seeking, because this is all about spirit. And this is where divine feminine needs to somehow ease up on the chasing, so that divine masculine can somewhat awaken to it and do the work and really walk away from whatever their spirit is trying to tell them to walk away from. What is the eight of chalice? What is it that they're supposed to walk away from, please? What is it that they're supposed to walk away from? Okay, so it is the Three of Cups. So it's almost like walking away so that they can have some kind of rejoice. Three of Cups, please. Three of Cups. Okay, and the Moon. Somewhat walking away from confusion about a love. Maybe this is the love that they hold from you, and they withhold it from you because of confusion, is what I'm feeling. So it makes total sense to me. See, what spirit is trying to somehow awaken them and get them to see is that they have love here. They have love here with divine feminine. But in a sense, they turn their back to it because of fear, because of the old paradigm, because of, the way that they were brought up, as far as being brought up in a home that maybe isn't spiritual, maybe is more materialistic. Maybe it's that kind of old social standard where they say, you know what? Once you're married forever. You cannot change anything. This is the way it is. You're just in this little cookie cutter kind of life, and that's it. And that's not what it's supposed to be here. So there's a sense here of turning away from a great love here with the Three of Cups. This is being happy. This is definitely being guided into this kind of union with divine feminine, but yet rejecting it is what I feel. I want to know, with the Eight of Cups, on the subconscious level, what does this mean for divine masculine? Okay. And then with the Three of Cups, what does that mean subconsciously? What are they thinking or feeling? What is spirit telling them? Okay. You got a couple that jumped out. Let's see here. All right. And then with the Moon, what does this mean? The Moon. What is spirit trying to tell them? What is spirit trying to tell them, please? What is it? Okay, so let's see here. With the Eight of Cups, what spirit is trying to tell them is, hey, you got a new beginning here. With the Maiden of Fire, you got a new beginning. This is a sense of starting over. This is where you're destined to be. With the Maiden of Fire, it's definitely following your passions, taking all the lessons that you've learned in the past, taking them with you, but not having them stick to you. What I'm trying to say is, like, what spirit is trying to tell divine masculine about this is, like, it's okay to turn away from old things that are not serving you anymore, things that you have reached a level of maybe learning, or maybe you've completed a cycle, maybe you've completed a job or a project at work, or maybe completed a marriage or something like this. There is something new for you to move forward with the Mother of Fire, and you're supposed to walk away from it. But at this point, I feel that divine masculine is having somewhat of a hard time letting this change. Okay, so then with the Three of Chalice, because you see they're walking away from love, The Eight of Cups was clarified by the Three of Cups, where they walk away from love. In other words, turning their back towards it. And why is this? They're scared of success. They're scared of maybe failure. This is definitely where they're not sure if this is where their abundance is going to come from. But holy crap, it is their destiny with the Five of Air here. This is destiny. This is a sense where Spirit is asking them to surrender to this happiness and this joy and really put an end to the running. Put an end to the running with the Crown of Fire. That's definitely what they're saying here. I do feel that somewhere down deep in there, in divine masculine, in their energy field and their way of thinking, perhaps in their dreams and when they daydream and they think back of divine feminine, there is success there. There is definitely a sense of rebirth here. With the sun, it's definitely healing. It's definitely a sense of just abundance. Okay, so it's almost like they have this knowledge and this feeling, because even with this card, it's talking about feeling it, but yet you're so damn scared of it that you don't want to take it. And so this is Spirit saying, hey, this is your fate. This is where you're supposed to be. Why are you turning it away? It's time for you to end this somewhat runner phase and allow this happiness to come into your life. No matter what you have to leave behind with the Eight of Cups, no matter what or who, it's like all the worry that divine masculine is having is, how do I do this? How do I let go of old things, old relationships, family? How can I do this? It's almost like where they think they're being selfish, but Spirit wants you to be selfish and love yourself first before others. And this is a new kind of mindset that divine masculine is having. Okay. So with the Moon card here, subconsciously what Spirit is saying, hey, it's a death card. It's time to it's time to let go of this darkness. It's time to start something new. The Yule is definitely a death, rebirth, allowing to let go of negative things and things that are not growing for you, to move forward and start something new. Definitely a sense of rejuvenation here. I definitely do feel that. And then the Two of Air. So see, this is making that choice. And this is the most beautiful Two of Air. It's very much being grounded to Spirit. Nothing else. Not divine feminine, not the material plane, but Spirit, God. Okay, because this is a journey about transformation and allowing spirituality to come in, so that when you do come together with your divine feminine and your divine masculine, you raise the vibration of the planet. Love heals everything. So this is where they have to make a choice to put an end to the confusion of the social standards that they've been brought up with. If you think, as a divine feminine, you think your divine masculine is not doing anything, or how can they not change or let go of stuff? You have to look at your divine masculine and see, how old are they? How long have they been living in these standards? How long have they been brainwashed by society, parents, teachers? You just can't let go of things, especially in a transformation. So this is where Spirit is really saying it's putting a death to confusion, to materialistic stuff, to fear of change. And it's not until they give in to Spirit, to God, that these changes will transpire for divine masculine, if that makes sense. Definitely that is what's going on with your divine masculine, could be going on with you. And like I said, you can switch the roles. But I do feel that this is what this card is saying. They feel it. Okay? They could be going through a dark night of the soul, especially with Mercury retrograde happening right now. A lot of things are being brought to the surface, things that maybe even in a dream state, or you know, truths are coming out. And I do feel that it's like they can't turn their back to divine feminine or to spirituality anymore. And they might have denied you. They might have denied you and just said a lot of harsh things about you, and like you're the evil one, or you're the one that's crazy or something like that. But in reality, they know. They know the truth, but they're just turning their back because of confusion. Okay. Um, so I would like to know with card 3, Obadiah, what is this? Obadiah. So this is where with the 3 of Wands, there's an expectation of change. And this could be energetically or spiritually. They want change. On the inside, they want change. And maybe this is where they're waiting for that to happen, and put an end maybe to family, maybe to not knowing which way to go or how to end things, and get themselves into new. Okay, 10 of Wands is ending conflict and turmoil and burdens and stress. And so somewhere in there, Spirit is trying to get them to be balanced within their mind, their body, and their spirit, to allow change to come in. And it's something that they might have some kind of knowledge or intuition with the 3 of Wands, really expecting to move forward. That's definitely what I feel here. Can you give me another card, please? Give me one more card for 3. Obadiah. Okay, so, okay, this is also where, with the 10 of Pentacles, they can have success. Okay, they can have success, but it's definitely not until they allow themselves to break something with the 10 of Wands. It could be that they have a hold to a family, or an idea of a family, or maybe it's also a sense where, you know what, I'm already in that family, I might as well just live and settle. So this is a question that Spirit is guiding them to say, hey, it's okay to end things that, you know, you've outgrown. Your family will still be there. You will still have success in your family. Maybe this is a divine masculine that is very driven by I just get materialistic or social standards, or just living maybe in a life that didn't have spirituality, something like this. But deep down inside, they know that they have to change something. And it's almost like they're getting messages with this 3 of Wands. I feel that they're getting messages to end this in order to have a truly successful life all the way around, not just for show. And what I mean by that, it's just not for, on the outside, people might think, oh my God, they have the perfect relationship, they have the perfect family, they have like this trophy wife on their shoulder, or whatever the case it might be. That's not success. Internally, it's stress, and it's a fake facade. So I definitely do feel with the 3 of Wands, it's definitely Spirit trying to tell them, you know what, it's time to change something so that you can have your true success and happiness in the way that you're meant to have it. For sure, that's what I feel. So let's see here if I can get these to prop up correctly for me. I do feel that there is a sense of ending something that has been really stressful for them. Okay. What is the 3 of Wands? Subconsciously, what is the 3 of Wands telling divine masculine? What is it telling them? 3 of Wands, please. 3 of Wands for divine masculine. What does that mean? Subconsciously on their level. What does that mean, please? Okay. So the Crone of Air. This is definitely where you got to let go of old standards. This is putting an end to disbelief, putting an end to not having spirituality in your life. This is definitely a sense of letting go of all those old things that you think about, as far as, you know, living in this kind of social setting where you're doing the right things because of society, not so much because you're driven by spirit. Give me one more for the Crone of Air. Crone of Air. See, allowing new to come in with the Mother of Fire. So out with the old, in with the new. And it's definitely what is their intuition and their guidance to move forward is what I'm feeling. That spirit is trying to work on them. With the mother of fire, it's a new beginning. It's a passion. It's driving. It's a driving force because it is fated for them. But see, they turn their back on it because of disbelief or because they're just settling in the material plane. Maybe because of family. Excuse me, guys. What is the Ten of Wands? What is the Ten of Wands for Divine Masculine? What is the Ten of Wands? What is the Ten of Wands for Divine Masculine, please? What does this mean? Okay, so you got the Earth, which is a 10, and the element of water. So this is definitely about changing. It's definitely about time shift, just changing something about themselves, allowing them to move around more freely and something new, forming, rebirthing something. The element of fire is pure bliss and happiness. It's definitely a sense of coming together and having joy in their life and emotions, and definitely being guided by spirit to start these new beginnings. Okay, this definitely could be where, in a sense, they're ending something that they're not, letting themselves evolve into something new. So I do feel it's like with the Ten of Wands, they got to end the burden of the material plane, which will allow them to be driven by spirit versus materialistic stuff, family, money, keeping up with the Joneses, stuff like that, things that are false. But to them, like I said, you have to look at their age and how long they have been driven like this by society. And this is where they turn their back to spirit because they don't know anything else, but it's due to fear, okay, if that makes sense. But there is a change here. This is a time for change. And that's definitely what I get with the Lion's Gate. All of a sudden, when you surrender, Divine Femme, this allows your Divine Masculine to surrender as well and be driven by passion, strength, love. So definitely a total transformation I feel here for them. What is this Ten of Pentacles? What is this telling Divine Masculine? Because they can definitely not settle, but they may settle because just they have social standards has such a hard take on them. But you got the Three of Fire. So this is definitely a sense of being grounded and to themselves, to having love. You have 333 here. So there's definitely a sense of, you have 4 threes actually. So it's about reaching a level of maturity as far as spiritual maturity and having a sense of protection where you can really roam around and not really care about telling the truth. What do I mean by this? It's like I said earlier, they've denied you. They've said mean things about you. They say you're crazy. They say they don't love you. Those are all lies. But what this card is saying is that they'll speak up in their truth. Their truth is going to come out. It's coming out where they're not going to be able to live the life that they normally were living. And this is a life of settling. Although it looks pretty on the outside, on the inside it was not so pretty. There's things that they're doing to keep up that facade. But when spirituality hits, it allows them to bring that wall down and be true and honest. And that's where they connect. They reconnect with their divine feminine. Okay. Definitely. You see this? This is where they release that. They release it and they become more spiritual. This is beautiful. It's a transformation in itself, which is definitely them letting go. And there's an expectation of it because God keeps planting that seed, and it keeps planting that seed. I definitely do feel in a meditative state, in a state where they dream and they're getting downloads. And eventually it's almost like they're going to have to really wake up and choose God in order for this union to come back into play with you, Divine Femme. But that's what this card is saying. It's definitely going to happen. They're really in a state of confusion, and I feel that spirit is really trying to get them to surrender to that confusion, which causes fear, really ending. You got cards of ending here and making room for the new. Definitely, because I do feel this is fated for them. Yeah, that's definitely what I feel is happening with your divine masculine. So let's take a look at divine feminine and see what's going on with divine feminine. Please clarify card 44, Ishtar's Lion's Gate. What does this mean for divine feminine, please? For divine feminine, what does this mean? What does this mean for divine feminine? So you have the Nine of Wands, really using your magic and really being grounded to what you want, okay? When I say to release divine masculine, I mean release it in a sense where you're it's almost like you where you release him enough so that he can start taking control of what spirit is trying to send them, because you might be chasing this person, you actually push them away, okay? So what spirit is telling you with this is that whatever struggles you've been having, it's going to change dramatically once you surrender and you use your magic as far as spirit, God, when you surrender to your God. And that's why this is not an ordinary love. It's a spiritual love. It's a spiritual union. So if you don't understand that, it's definitely a sense where, get yourself, open up the books and knowledge and just learn, and definitely will teach you to somehow have a knowing that this is coming in for you. It brings you to a sense of peace. With the Nine of Wands and the Knave of Chalice, this is very much desiring this contact from your divine masculine. You can have that connection with your divine masculine spiritually and energetically through telepathic communication. But in a sense, on the 3D level, you got to sort of let it go. You got to just push it away a little bit. I'm not saying to forget them. I'm not saying to not do your work. Perhaps work on helping others and raising your vibration, and really that will help you to continue to have your communication with your divine masculine on a telepathic kind of realm, okay? Because I sense fear here of really letting go. I sense that it's very hard for you to let go, but that's what spirit is telling you, okay? Let's see this. What is the Nine of Wands for divine feminine? Sorry, divine feminine. What is this Nine of Wands? What is the Nine of Wands? Okay, so you have the Moon. Let go of confusion and fear. It's almost like you're mirroring and projecting each other, because divine masculine has the Moon here as well. So it's almost what you're trying to send positive things to the universe, but really what you're getting back is fear. And that's because you keep chasing, okay? So see, once you release that fear, you have a new beginning. This is really allowing you to perhaps get that communication from your divine masculine, starting over, grounding yourself, giving yourself new opportunities, and definitely getting a sense of working with spirit, working with the planet, really letting go of anything dark. Negative thinking, fear, but this is really using your magic. But it all comes with a surrender. The Moon could keep you in a place where you're just confused about something, and it could be where you think there's no emotion, or where there's not going to be any beginning. It's like in a sense you got to let go of that and be this kind of airy kind of person. And definitely work on you, raising your vibration, perhaps helping other people in your community, kids, teaching, anything like that. Definitely when you have a twin flame, it changes you in a sense where you're not really the old person from the old paradigm. If you have done your changes and you're spiritually more awake than your divine masculine, you will understand what I mean. It's like you don't see things differently. I mean, you see things differently, when you're awakened than when you're not. And so if you're not doing anything to change things as far as helping twin flames or helping yourself or helping the planet to change in some way, this is where you need work on. You need to perhaps forget about chasing and work on your spirituality is what I'm seeing here. And that's where you're going to get your new beginning. And once you do that, everything will come in quickly. So if you're stuck, this is where you become more independent in your own, really starting new ideas, new projects, new things that help other people, not just you. That's what helps you to release things. And that's when that communication will come in, because you so desire that communication, that love, that acceptance, that kind of waiting for a message is what I feel. Okay. What is the Knave of Chalice? What is this Knave of Chalice for Divine Feminine? What is the Knave of Chalice, please? Knave of Chalice. Okay, so you have the Crone of Water. So you got to put it to death. You got to let it go. That's definitely what I'm seeing here. You put these kind of anxiousness, these fears, and why aren't they talking to me if they love me so much? Why don't they talk to me? Because they're denying your love at this point. It's a twin flame thing. But when you stop running, they will definitely spirit will catch up to them. If that's the best way I can tell you. But look, once you do that, that's when you have the new love come in. New love is a fresh start with your divine masculine, and that's when the communication will come in. So it's almost like you're holding on to it because you want it so bad. But by you holding on to these feelings, it's not going to come in for you. That's definitely what I can tell you. It's a tough message to hear if you don't understand it. But that's definitely what they're trying to tell you here. You have the power to change it. And it's only if you have evolved enough in this journey and understand that it's about God. It's not about you. It's not about having that person right next to you. It's definitely a purpose. You're brought here as a twin for a purpose for the universe. And once you surrender to that, that's when you're going to get your divine masculine. That's definitely what they're telling you here. Hard words to chew from, but I mean, that's what they're saying. But I feel you're almost there. What is the Deer of Delta? Deer of Delta. Deer of Delta. And like I said, the roles can switch, guys. You could be feeling more this and they could be feeling more that. So you have to decipher. So with the Deer of Delta, it's definitely finding, working for yourself, having success, helping others, sharing your light, sharing your gift. You have gifts to share with other people. In this journey, if you're awoken already, you can definitely get a sense of balance and some kind of security within yourself, because you know that this is going to come back for you in the right time. But you still keep moving forward and sharing your gifts and helping the community in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And this is definitely, wow, you guys, you got so many threes between you and divine masculine. At this point, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes. Okay. This is definitely about becoming balanced, mind, body, spirit, about God. Okay. Letting go of heartache, heartache of not being with your twin flame, heartache of them denying you, heartache of them calling you crazy, whatever the case it is for you. You have to let that go in order to get this new beginning. And remember, that card is very detrimental for you, because you could have that new beginning, but it's once you clear your energy and get balanced. Okay. So there's some kind of truths that are coming in for you, and maybe you're not listening to them. And it could be this message where you might just frown upon the things that I'm saying, but it's what Spirit is saying. It's not me. Don't kill the messenger. The Sun and the 6 of Wands. This is telling you that you need to be strong within yourself. Let go of any kind of worry, any kind of turmoil. With the Ten of Swords, because you are the feminine. The feminine carries this relationship as far as healing and as far as, setting the tone for the next level. Really, that's what this is all about. And it somehow could be very hard to hear that and to let go. But you definitely have the sense of doing it. And I know that it's almost like they tell me here, you have a knowing that of this, what I'm telling you is true, okay? You will heal and you will have success, victory and success. But it's not until you start sharing your gift with God, with the universe, community, people, really taking this journey as a spiritual journey, not so much as your lover. That's what this is. There could be a break in communication for you as far as what you think this relationship is. This relationship is more about spirituality and awakening the planet and bringing more love into the planet. That's definitely what it is, guys. And you do that by going through these transitions and releasing it, so that when you do come together, yes, you do have your partner and you do have the intimacy and everything that you're longing for, but it's more. As soon as you walk out the door, it's like you heal the planet with your love, your vibration, and you don't really have to tell people. It's just what is generated through you when you come together with your divine masculine. But there's a sense of never having that, and you're worried too much of this being a relationship on the material plane. Okay, it's not that. It's totally different. I don't know how to say it any better, but I feel like that's what they're trying to tell you. What is the three of Pentacles here for divine masculine and the Delta deer? Having a knowing. They're saying having a knowing, definitely. See, Four of Fire, taking action, completing. You've completed something. There's something that you've completed as far as maybe holding back with pain and fear. With the Three of Swords, it's time for you to end it. See, Book of Shadows, this is allowing change to come in for you so that you can feel like this, so you can feel happy. It's the path that they're trying to pull you towards, to be happy and perhaps help other people in this connection. That's definitely what I'm feeling with that Three of Cups, okay? Taking charge with that Four of Fire and really having shadow work. I feel like you have to do shadow work as far as releasing the fear, because you're not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's pretty much almost like projecting your fear onto divine masculine, because even with the first two cards here, it's almost like they have a knowing of this, but they got to put an end to the fear, and you got fear as well of it not working, of them not coming and conveying love to you, of not communicating with them. It's all things that you need to do shadow work on as far as releasing and learning how to release it. What is coming in with the Ace of Swords? Ace of Swords for divine feminine. Ace of Swords, please. This one right here, Ace of Swords. What is coming in? Okay, so you have... Let's see. Sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, see? New start. Maiden of Water. This is raising your vibration. This is being happy. Being happy on your own. Not being happy because somebody's making you happy. Being happy, being grounded to you, not to divine masculine. This is the surrender. This is what you got to let go. That, oh, he can only make me happy. If you're stuck in that old paradigm, you're never going to change. You're always going to be the chaser. And divine masculine will always be the runner. So this is something that you have to acknowledge. You definitely have to acknowledge this and allow this truth in order to keep you from feeling all this, oh my God, it's not working. What the hell? What can I do? What am I supposed to do? Why isn't this person answering me? Why aren't they communicating to me? Why can't they feel the love that we shared? That's definitely what it is. It's like you have an understanding of it and you're not really doing the work, is what I feel for some of you. Okay. What is the sun? What's the sun for divine femme? What does the sun mean? What does the sun mean? So definitely 7, changing and allowing this healing process to begin is what that is. Okay. What is the 6 of Wands? What's the 6 of Wands? What is the 6 of Wands, please? 6 of Wands. Okay, really allowing to let go of any kind of like sadness, sorrow, things that are not allowing you to change, things that are a roadblock for you. Emotion is definitely getting some kind of, it's getting some kind of control of your emotion, which will allow you to have balance and victory, and really being grounded to spirit and knowing that you're in the right place at the right time. This is your destiny. And the Nine of Air, which is beautiful because this is definitely letting go of fear, letting go of that fear so that your divine masculine can let go of fear as well, putting an end to it, okay? And then starting over again, definitely having a new beginning. This is a new beginning of coming back together with your divine masculine. Beautiful. I definitely do feel like that's where you're headed, as long as you give yourself the opportunity to release any fear. Things will come in quickly for you. Excuse me, that's what I feel is going to happen for you guys, okay? Remember, this was a very powerful message for me, because I came out of meditation. And I'll read it again to you because it's saying, do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. Okay? That's listening to God, you guys. This relationship is about God. It's a spiritual union. Definitely. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost so can be found. You see, there's a lost here. That is your loss. But they will come back because it is your destiny. One door closes, another opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. So I'm telling you, that was very powerful for me today. I want to know, just to know, please, what are the karmic lessons that divine masculine and divine feminine are learning at this time, and what's going to bring them back together, or will they come back together? What is this for this story, please? I want to know. What are their, okay, so the golden mirror, you see, you're letting go of some kind of things where you turn back spirit, okay? With the mirror, this is a self-absorbed being, narcissist, one-sided relationship. So this is definitely where there's a change in the old paradigm of thinking. Narcissist tendency could be where, they don't allow spirit in because they're used to the old social standards, whether this is you or divine masculine. Not enough, frustrated in a relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fears, egos, jealousy, and that could be the relationship that they're trying to end. I feel that they've outgrown a relationship and they really don't know how to break free from it. That's definitely what I feel here. There's a sense of, I think I covered it, where, things might have been good for them 20, 30 years ago, and now things are different. And so they're having a hard time to whether to settle or do they start something new. But it's not until they let God in will that change. And soulmates, soul connections, partnerships, agreements. You have a contract with your twin flame. This is definitely something that they're learning. They're learning the love that you have for them, even though they deny you that love, okay? That's definitely what I feel here. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What are they releasing? So you have seduction. So they're letting go of something as far as temptation, third party, something that isn't good for them. They're transforming as far as having a rebirth, definitely regeneration, like a butterfly cocoon, going through stages. And then the snake, contemplation, enemy, malicious. It says look over your shoulder of the other woman, because the other woman is really holding on. They have been stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation. So they do feel the separation between you and their twin on the soul level. On the soul level, I definitely do feel like this is what they're starting to recognize here. The sword and the rose, clarity, truth, revelation. Definitely. See, so they're having a change, and which is bringing them to paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, enjoying each other, okay? Because for a long time because I definitely do feel like maybe you've been chasing too hard, that it keeps them running. But once you stop chasing, they will get it. They will open the door to communication for you, and realize like, oh my God, this stuff is not good for me. And they already feel it. I feel for a long time they've been settling, whether it's family, stuff like that. I definitely do feel like that is what's happening. I want to know what these twin flames are telling each other, please. What are they telling each other? What are they telling? Oh, I knew it. Definitely the very first one. According to Greek mythology, humans are originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with true faces. Fearing their powers, Zeus split them into 2 separate beings, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other half, and that is a twin flame. If you don't know Plato's Symposium, this is definitely what twin flames are. You're connected on a soul level, and if anybody tells you that you're not, twin flames are not one soul, then they don't know, because even that's Greek mythology. That's from Plato. Aristotle talked about it too in the Bible as well. So your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them, and that's where they're somewhat trying to let that courage in. I definitely do feel that. What is the message? Okay, the reason it hurts, the reason it hurts so much to separate is because our souls are connected, and I definitely do feel like that is happening here. There's some sort of epiphany and awakening happening here. So it says harmony is pure love. That for love is complete agreement, and it brings harmony. In other words, you both love each other. Eventually, when all the shifting occurs and the running and the chasing stops, you become balanced with one another. Okay, by choice, by both of you, and having peace on the inside. And then it says you are moving into a steady and reliable path. This is a new journey, definitely. And it says don't be afraid of losing someone who doesn't want you. So it's almost a sense of letting go of karmic cycles and things that are really not helping you in any growth. Okay, so I hope this reading helps you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to my channel if you're new. And please, thank you for your time. Have a great day.